Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Octopath Traveler. Joining me is StarPrincessHLC.
You're in my terrain now, bitches.
I'm scared now. And JKLantern.
Laughing at something that reminded me of something that was said earlier today. I was tempted to share that in out of context, actually, except for the fact that it ruins the punchline of one of my favorite jokes. Suffice it to say, Dork Princess said something hilarious in a DM, and you guys will never know.
Aw, we don't have Therian with us.
That's kind of a frustrating design decision in later chapters. Wyvern.
What next?
Are you sure that's a wyvern?
It looks thick.
It looks like it broke its jaw.
Okay, I know what it is. It's the sprite of Golbat from Pokemon Red and Blue.
Okay, so that is not weak to... It is weak to spear. God.
I am ready.
I don't know if it's weak to anything else.
Flames, burn this away.
It is weak to fire, so we can at least exploit that.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Leroy Jenkins. Oh, and it's weak to wind. Okay.
Too. Okay. So having Merchant there is going to be a good thing.
I feel like this is going to be a weird statement.
Coming, if that
In a lot of so Merchant shows up in a couple of JRPGs. It isn't a common class, but it's not exactly a rare one. Like, it shows up in Dragon Quest, it shows up in this, it shows up in a couple others.
I think it's also in, like, Bravely Default, too.
Yeah.
Classes, I think.
And it's one of those classes where it's like...
miracle of healing.
It's not terribly useful. Like it's not a game-breaking class. Except for those rare moments when suddenly you really need it.
Yeah. Although
And,
usually, it's meant as a way to more easily gain money.
Yeah.
It's usually not meant as something you want to have to take into combat.
Yeah, like, going back to Dragon Quest IV, like, Tornico Talon, who is Merchant, his like, equipment options are mediocre, his stats aren't amazing, but he has a lot of utility from just non-combat stuff, and even in combat, for the wacky things he pulls off. Good job, Lynn, you tried.
How about you? I will cut you down!
Okay, they are weak to swords. The bush woolies over there.
Let's do this.
I think I've eaten one of those.
Maybe.
They do look like cabbage.
Winter Wanderweed.
Howling.
Huh.
That's what they're called.
Walking in a winter wanderweed, got it.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh wait, I know what they are. They're kale.
I don't. So, for the people playing along at home, it's not that I dislike kale. It's that I was programmed at a very young age to not trust kale. Because, We very rarely got it at my elementary school.
I'm ready.
The one thing I noticed was every single time it was served, it was just after the school had mowed, like, the lawns around.
Knighthood, bring your shade.
So it's like, I may be a second grader, but I have basic pattern recognition skills. I don't trust this.
I mean,
I will cut you down.
that's not bad putting the pieces together, I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Here I go.
I think the funniest elementary school lunch story I have is it's not even mine. It's Courage's, my brother's. So I think it was Porquette Day. Pretty sure it was Porquette Day. And Courage was at lunch, and he was like in the 5th grade or so. And one of his friends was like, "Hey, watch this!" He picks up his Porquette and flings it at the table, and it bounces a whole bunch of times. Boing, 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 boing. And Courage is like, "That's awesome! I want to try that." He picks it up, flings it at the table. Thud. I want you to think about that for a minute. Not splat.
God.
Thud.
You know, I used to have, well, I still do, I just haven't talked to them in a metric fortnight or something like that. Very long time. One of my stepsisters married a guy who used to grill hamburgers that could break plates if you dropped them on them. They were delicious, but they were the densest freaking hamburgers I've ever seen.
I kind of want to see this now.
And I'm like, oh my god, how do you do this? And he goes, I don't know. It's just the way I was taught to make them.
Let's do this.
But you know, every now and then you can get a burger that feels like you're actually chewing through something that's, you know, almost like tar as far as consistency goes.
Tar burger. Yum.
That's basically what it was like trying to chew his burgers. They tasted amazing.
What next?
But it was just, they were so dense, it was like you get a full meal in one burger. And they weren't huge. It was like they were the dark matter of burgers.
God, I kind of want to try these now. I could theoretically make myself a Wisconsin Butterburger this week. I'm not going to, but I could.
I'm ready.
I can't tell if that's a really angry tree or a really angry mushroom.
It's a mushroom of some type. Avalanche mushroom.
The show is over.
If we have an avalanche mushroom, do we also have a pyro and the blob mushrooms?
You never know. I would not put it past this game to put those in. Just
but
for
where's
the
the
references.
rabbits? Where's the rabbits?
Rabbits are adorable.
They are.
Now, let us hunting.
See, at least in the Mana series, the mushrooms are cute.
Yeah. A lot of the monsters in the Mana series are cute.
Even the zombies.
I keep feeling like I should give the SNES version of Secret another try. Every time I play it, though, I'm just like, the UI of this is terrible.
Yes, yes it is.
I mean, I now have the HD remaster of Legend of Mana, which is 2-player.
Ooh.
Heal.
Have at you.
like before I got the SNES card of Secret of Mana, like for years I'd been hearing about this game and like people talking about the greatest games of all time, and it's like, oh, Secret of Mana, it's the best game Square ever made, it's a masterpiece. So I got my SNES knockoff, I picked up a card for it, and I didn't get terribly far into it, but I played enough, and I was just like I absolutely wanted to enjoy it, because again, I know so many people who love the game, and I'm just like, this isn't fun.
Yeah. When I first played it forever ago, it was okay. It was not one of my favorite games, but it was a pretty decent game when I played it back in the 90s. But it wasn't a game I ever had the urge to replay.
Like, what little I've played of Final Fantasy VI, which I should get back into sometime, but that'll be a problem for future me.
Kind of hard now, considering I have your copy.
Well, I still have the SNES card, so...
Ah, okay.
It would just mean I have to start over from scratch, but... eh.
And then eventually the Pixel Remaster is supposed to come out, so...
Yeah.
Which... I'm seeing people have taken it upon themselves to fix the problem I have with the Pixel Remaster.
The font?
The font. Oh god, that horrible, horrible font.
You wouldn't think that the font would matter that much, but like...
When you spend that much time reading? Yes, it does.
Yeah, like I remember when I was attempting to do the old Steam version of Final Fantasy V, like the two things that bothered me were the sprite design, which, like, okay, yeah, that should bother you, but then also the font. Something about the font is off, and it's just really, really annoying.
Yeah, there are people that have managed to mod the game to use just more generic old Final Fantasy fonts.
Letting the hunt begin.
And just from the screenshots I've seen, it makes most of the problems go away.
Like, again, it's something you wouldn't think would matter that much, but it does somehow.
Yes.
It absolutely does.
I mean, I'm tempted to find a way to mod the game. Mod just a classic game like
What to do?
Earthbound or something like that, and mod it to use nothing but Comic Sans and see how many people hate it.
I approve of this plan.
Yes, because I remember specifically when I was in college and we were learning graphic design, one of the main things was like, don't use Comic Sans, don't use Papyrus.
And I think that list has gone up because of the popularity of a few fonts just made them overused to the extreme.
Although really, how sad are you that you have to get offended over a font?
I know a couple of graphic designer people who are very passionate about their fonts.
I could go get that chest, but it's only a very low level chest.
Yeah, it's not a purple chest.
I couldn't go get that anyway.
Yeah, it's not grape flavored.
Nope.
The herb of grace. This is all
It's
I
not
need.
grape. It's not blackcurrant. I don't care.
Is it plum?
No, that's the items we have. Durgan?
Durgan?
A dragon? This place is a dragon's lair?
Finally!
I have heard the legends, and Master's tales too. But to see one in the flesh...
Or scales, in this
I
case.
scarce imagined this day would cometh. But cometh it has.
Cometh the hour, cometh the something. General comethness, I suppose.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Did
look,
I ever
baby
tell you about the
Hornets!
time I went dragon hunting in the
Very
Cliftons?
baby haunted, yes.
I was not expecting that.
4 times now, and the tale getteth longer with each telling.
My god, she sounds so mature even at that age.
Just 1 second. Yeah, I found that in a used bookshop. I thought you would enjoy it. Do you want it? Okay. You can have that. Basically, I found a little book that goes from the first 2 generations of Pokemon. It's kind of like a truncated Pokemon guide.
Okay.
And my daughter just walked in here and saw it.
Aw.
Aw.
Is that so? I suppose each time I remember more of the thrilling details, eh?
I love Xanta as a character.
So if I'm placing him, he's at least in his late 30s right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she isn't even 10 years old yet.
Yep.
So that means Baba Yaga over there is at least in her 70s. At least.
Yep.
Master, this world is not big enough for all the giant beasts thou hast huntedest.
The hell it isn't.
Thou believest me not, and yet I really, really did.
Charlotte, is that you?
Can you tell me why kids love the taste of Cinnamon
What
Toast
in the-
Crunch?
Stop in
It's
this!
filled with the souls of the damned.
Why? Do I smell so foul?
You smell like poo gas.
Not thy smell.
Oh, art thou blushing? Do I embarrass them? Ah,
Well,
Are you
her
going
foot
to-
is about growing level there.
Just say, are you gonna blow raspberries in her belly?
Don't been a fool.
Don't
That
been a fool. Huh.
that reminds me of the dwarf motto. If their hands are over your
if thou
head,
insistest,
their
but
groin
listen,
is
my
at your
girl.
teeth.
Yeah.
Hunters fighteth many kinds of beasts, some so wondrous and astounding thou canst scarce imagine them. When thou art older, thou too will have tales that no one will believeth, but thou must still keeps them. Some will haunt thy dreams, some will maketh thee snorten with laughter whenever thou recallst them. But let me tell thee this, Honnet.
What is it, Master?
Even when thy tale is so improbable and fantastic that not one man thinketh it the truth,
You know
This
this
is
is
a-
an important cutscene when you get the dramatic fight music to break out in the middle of it.
Holy shit, that's a fantastic use of it right there.
thou canst tell it to me, and I will believe every word.
Thou shalt hear in this tale, Master, over and again, until thou beggest me to stop, just as thou didst to me.
You know what? I think I'm going to call this a video here because we're about 19 minutes in.
I was about to say cliffhanger.
Yes, cliffhanger time. Also, I did not expect to get to the boss fight in this early.
Nope.
That was kind of quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we come back, Durgan.
Durgan.
Again.
So until then, take care, everyone.
Later.
Bye-bye.